Jonathan Ives, who's the Industrial Design Vice President of Apple, who designs all Apple products. He got really inspired by this guy. He says that, what he created is something that what we can leverage today in all Apple designs. So you will see that there's this voice and tone of all Apple products which follows as to what Dataram sort of established as principles and what he did all his life in terms of his work. Simplicity is also about standing for the core values. And when I say core values, I'm again going back to the form and the function, the combination of it. Now, anybody recognizes what I'm showing on the screen right now? It's a peeler, obviously, yeah. What sort of a peeler is it? A skin peeler, obviously. Not your skin, but a potato skin, right? So, it's a OXO peeler, OXO. Do you know as to what it stands for? OXO is a company which specializes in creating products for kitchen. The products that gets used in kitchen. And kitchen, women, men, whoever works, they tend to work with water and other sort of glittery stuff, and they need to have a very clear grip on the stuff that they use, the tools that they use. And OXO is one company that only focuses on creating those grips, a product with those grips. You say that it's a patented product which all the products will have this styling and the grip and the sort of a material that sort of makes sure that you don't really slip or with those things. So you can see the same sort of a core principle of grip being followed in all the product lines, exactly the same way. And you can say that it's company's value system in terms of the designing of those products. Now, I think we have a fair idea of simplicity, and in my mind, I think if you ask a scientist also, they would tell you that simplicity, complexity is a fairly slippery concept. Don't go there. So rather than really getting into the actual definition of it, let's understand by seeing some examples. So I've got this, I was reading about this thing which says that sometimes a sentence can be more loaded, can be more meaningful than a book itself. And what do you see? We live in an age when unnecessary things are only necessities. It's something that Oscar Wilde says in I don't know when. So which is much loaded a sentence, much loaded an argument than even after reading a book that you would not get. So things that seems complicated can be really, really simple. Things that seem simple can be dizzyingly complex. So we look at the inner machinery of a watch, right? And I'm using some of the analogy that Sir took in the morning. So it's immensely complex, right? For example, cogs, you've got gears and springs and whatnot. But what it does essentially, it helps accurately move the two hands of watch and nothing else, right? And what it does is that it allows you to capture a small piece of information that right now the time is 10 hours and 10 minutes. And what it does is that that piece of time really runs the world. So things that are complex can be converted to simpler things and much simpler things and then complex concepts at the end of it. For example, Google search experience is very simple at the end of it and everybody speaks about it. But Google is absolutely not simple, right? So there's a lot of stuff that works behind the scene that makes a Google happen. So I think the concept here is that we all love complexities in our life, don't we? We all love it. We can't live without them. We love philosophy, right? Everybody does. We love poetry. Now poetry is not simple. It's not everybody's baby. You read and read and read and